Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm here today with this super fun little pull-out folio. Has a little waterfall, of course, and another little flap. Yes, it's messed up right now, but that's fine. It will get covered anyway. So I came with this idea because we had to do this little caddy thing for the mystery swap that I'm in. I did do one similar to this back in January when I did my birthday party and it had like tea bags in there, but mine was only like halfway. These came all the way up and had extra little pages, but I was like, you know what, that'd be really cute as I pull out little waterfall folio. How fun is that? And for this one, if you tuck the box in between your flaps, you don't have to have a closure, but we're going to put a closure on there anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So for the base, you're going to need a piece of paper that measures 5.5 by 11. So let's go ahead and cut that out. So you could actually use your 8.5 by 11 papers. So 5.5 by 11. Okay. And how I need to score it is on the short side at 1/2 inch and 1. So 1/2 inch and 1. And then at 4.5 and 5. Or do it 1/2 inch and 1 on both sides like how I did. On the long side, we're going to score it at 1. Your measurements are in the description box, so don't worry about writing them down. They're already there. 1.5. 6. I think I read the wrong ones. And 6.5. Okay, so your short side is 1/2 inch, 1, 4.5, and 5. I don't know if I just said the wrong thing or not because you heard my phone go off and it distracted me. So 1/2 inch and 1 on either the short side, and then your measurements on the long side. Follow your description box cutting guide. I take the time to type it all out just in case I say something wrong on the video because I am human and I get distracted easily. So please check your description box because I don't really feel like doing this again. Alright, so let's work on this piece. Okay, so we're going to varnish all of our lines. Yeah, I'm working a little monochromatic today, it looks like. So when I first started out doing this, I wanted to use all scraps, but then I kept changing the measurements and everything, and so I measured myself right out of the scraps. Then I was going to do like rainbow, and then I just didn't. Alright, so we're just crisping up these lines, burnish, whatever. And you're going to have your short side on top. Just 1 second. Okay. So your double score line's on top. The bottom doesn't have any score line. And we're going to cut off these 2 rectangles and these 2 squares. So you're going to take your scissors, start at the bottom right. You're going to come to this score line. Cut all the way up. You're going to meet your first horizontal score line. You're going to go all the way up and cut that off. Okay. We only need the flaps right here in this section, so that's what we're doing. And then on this side, the same thing. You're going to cut up your second vertical line and then go all the way up to your second horizontal and cut that off. Okay. Now on the top, we don't need these two rectangles or those two squares. So we're going to come here. Well, we can just flip it all the way over, go up your vertical line to your second horizontal and cut those off. Okay, back to this position, vertical, all the way to your second horizontal and cut those off. Okay, so if you put it back to starting position, it looks like that. Get your corner rounder. I'm getting used to this corner rounder, so it's a little awkward for me right now, but go ahead and round the top of your project and your bumpers on both sides. Oh, that one was bad. Like I said, I'm getting used to this corner rounder, so I'm being different. Okay, whatever. All right, so lid rounded, bumpers rounded. Okay. All right, now let's work on our waterfall. So your waterfall, you can do one of two ways. You can do the normal stationary waterfall, or you can, where is it? Do the moving waterfall that when you pull, it pulls up. It doesn't really matter except for the fact that I did not leave enough room in the measurements for the connecting piece, and you can connect it behind, but I honestly just don't feel like doing it. So we're just going to do a quick, I'm fast at these waterfalls, and so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so well, first let me go ahead and cut our two flaps. These two flaps are 4 7/8 by 3 3/8. By 4 7/8 and 4 7/8, and these ones on the long side, you're going to score them at half. Set those aside, and oof. I was hoping to get everything out on one sheet of paper, but this is not going to be. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is only going to give me 3, 6, 9. This is only going to give me 3. That's all right. That is all right. I think I have some scraps of this color, so I can make the other two flaps. Okay, so 2 1/4 by, no, I just cut them wrong. Okay, my bad. I was cutting it for the moving waterfall instead of the stationary waterfall. So let me find some purple scrap. Or whatever this, it's like a weird color. All right, so we need to cut 5 at 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. All right, so 3 1/4 by, save paper where you can, but don't be afraid to use it if you can't save it. You know, if you can't, like I had plenty of scraps in different colors, but I wanted this to be a specific color, all monochromatic, and so if I have to, I'll cut another piece. All right, so on the short side, the 2 3/4 side, score it at 1/2 inch on all of them. I'm going to use glue for this waterfall, even though it makes me nervous, but we're going to use glue instead of tape. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are my 2 flaps. I don't want to get those confused. And I need one, do I need one more? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep. One more. Okay. Ooh, and I might have enough scrap to do something else. 3 1/4, and then scored on the short side at 1/2 inch. Okay, is this the same color? Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do I have enough to? Let's see. I do. So I'm gonna cut this piece down to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, just so I can use it to layer my my waterfall. And 4 1/4. Okay. Okay. Let's move everything out of the way so you can see what we're doing. I mean, first we can attach our larger flaps. Okay. This goes on the bottom here. So center it as best as you can. And I'm not going to have a border. I know I'm using glue and not having a border. That's insane. But I don't want a border because I want to be able to tuck my bumpers in between my flaps so it stays closed better. Okay. And then this one is going to do the same thing. Line them up and go all the way to the top. Okay. For the most part, they're lined up. Okay. Those are done. Let's move that to the side. Let's work on our piece of paper. Okay, so oh, I want my linen side to show. So I'm just going to flip that over. I don't know why they say linen paper, then it's smooth on one side. Okay, and there's no border on this because this is just our guide paper. So you will not have a border on a guide. I mean, I guess you could, but I'm not having a border today. So you're just going to go through, pick which side paper you want it on, and align them up as best as you can. See, the only thing with the glue is that because I have wiggle room, I can overthink it. With score tape, that's it. Where you put it, you put it. That's end of. Unless you use undo. But normally you're just like, meh, it's fine. Alright. And we're just going to keep going until you're done. In theory, they all should fit and you shouldn't have to test it, but This is how you know if your cutting and scoring skills are perfect. They're never going to align perfectly. You're going to have to force them or something because you're going to cut just slightly off on something or score it slightly wonky. And that is okay. Okay, and your last one. I scored every single one of these on the smooth side. Alright, so get in here. And here we go. Alright. I guess I am a true border girl at heart because there's a little baby border. And I'm going to keep it there because I like it. Even though my paper is the exact same color. I'm just going through and making sure my lines are super burnished. The glue is dry because I have zero patience. If you want to round all your corners, go for it. Alright, I don't want the border. I'm going to cut it. I know. This is insane. Okay, now I'm just going to glue this down. You could have stuck your waterfall directly to your paper. I just opted not to because it's one of those days. Like, I've reworked this tutorial like 5 or 6 times. With different measurements, different everything, so I'm over it. Alright, make sure that's dry. So now you're just going to fold up your book, which your bumpers come right in here. You don't have to tuck it. See, it still closes nicely. It looks good without it being tucked. But I just really like the look on the side of it being tucked. I'm being very gentle with it right now because the glue is still wet. You do not have to be this gentle once the glue dries. Just shove your bumpers right in there and it will be fine. But I don't want to have to re-glue anything, so I'm gently doing it. Allegedly. It's my favorite word. I use it when it doesn't make sense. Alright, so just get your bumpers in there. Like I said, once the glue dries, you don't have to worry about how gentle you're being. Look at me shaking. I think I need to eat something. Look at this. Okay. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, I don't know why I just didn't show you on this one. Like, when it's not wet, you just shove it in there and you keep it moving. There you go. Actually, you know what? You know what would be a great idea? If I cut off just a little bit, re-corner around them. I don't want to be struggling with this thing, because that was a struggle. Was it not? And I don't know why. When I first did it, it was not a struggle. Now I'm struggling with the corner rounder. But I'm going to leave this in so you guys can see. You know what? I'm just going to have to use the wonky one. Because I'm annoyed. Okay, whatever. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut just a tiny bit off. This one's perfect, but this side is not. So if yours is not easily going in, just cut a little bit more, you know, a tiny, tiny sliver, re-corner around. I really need a new corner rounder. I need you guys to recommend corner rounders because this is awkward and I don't like it. I like the notch function of it, but I don't like the corner rounder. Because I'm so used to my corner chomper, but my corner chomper doesn't chomp the corners properly. So yeah. Oh my gosh, okay. These ones aren't going to be tucked in because right now I just can't do it. So you're going to add your magnets here or your Velcro, and so that way it opens like that. You need a visual for the Velcro, and then when you open your box you have your waterfalls and everything else. So yeah, so definitely try this. Show me the different ways you do it, and you know, use your corner chompers for your decorative sides. Have fun with it. Tuck your bumpers in, don't tuck your bumpers in. Eat a snack first before you do a tutorial. Look, I'm really annoyed. It went straight in that time. Oh my god. And see, when you tuck it in, the box doesn't come open. Okay, well anyway, so you can see that it worked. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye.